Hi everyone, David here. Welcome to day one of building AGI from scratch. And so I'm going to summarize what I did today. So in terms of actual work, I started creating this AI framework that helps me convert long videos into shorts. And the main idea is because I want to reduce the time required to make videos. And so I think a good idea for that would be to use AI tools to summarize videos. And so the idea is that I can take these long videos that I make and summarize them into shorts. And since shorts generally have a better algorithm and have a larger viewer base, I can use shorts to attract viewers for long videos. And so, in terms of implementation, I think we can break it down into 4 steps. So, the first step is you want to retrieve the video, right? So, I could use this downloader tool to download videos from, like, say, my YouTube, or I can just upload them locally, since typically, if I actually have these videos, then I'll just be able to record them, so I'll have the files locally. But for a more generalized framework, you would want to be able to retrieve these videos as the first step. And so step 2, you want to extract text with time frames and use an LLM to create a summary, including the key time frames. So the idea for this is that, say, maybe you have like a subtitles file. So you have like at a certain time, the narrator said this, and at another time, the narrator said that. So you can use a large language model to summarize the key time frames when the narrator spoke. And you can find the details, and then you can highlight these key time frames. And then so you feed this into the third step, where you would use an automated tool to extract the key time frames from the original video. And I personally, I feel like this could be done very easily, since once you know the key times, you can just extract that with like basically any like video editing tool or any like Python based video editing library, which I'm sure there are tons and tons of them available that are out there. And then, so number 4 is you can use an external voiceover to summarize what's going on, which is typically done in shorts, where you see those like viral narrators explain, okay, so I just built a ship that is worth $3 million or whatever. But so you get like this summary, this voice cover telling the audience what's going on, as opposed to just like directly clipping whatever was in the original content. But basically, with these 4 steps, you can convert any long video into a short video that will hopefully get more viewers. And so again, the ethos for me doing that would be to use shorts to attract viewers to long videos, which especially for this series, we would want more viewers. Right? And so currently I have finished step 1 and 2 of that. So I've created this framework that will be able to retrieve a video from YouTube and use an LLM to summarize that. Now, I don't have the time frames extracted in the summarization, so I'm going to include that. And then afterwards, I'll try to see if there are any automated tools that can integrate, let's say, my summarized text with video editing, which I think hopefully there will be. I also have another idea, that is to create a virtual avatar. Now, it's not like I don't enjoy speaking in front of the camera. In fact, that's totally not the case, and I think speaking in front of a camera is very fun. But sometimes I just don't have the luxury of recording and would need to record my voice, let's say on a fly. Then I can use an avatar to basically fill in the video parts from my voice and basically create a video that way. And so currently my idea is to use some existing figure, which I know there are a plethora of choices that are available currently online. And I know that basically you can like feed in a picture of someone, and then you can like animate that picture so that you can get that picture to talk. And basically that will suffice. Yeah, so my idea is kind of goofy. I sort of want to use a Minecraft figure just to like further the analogy of this series of like building AGI in relation to like building a big build in Minecraft. And so I think this will be a nice way to brand the series, give this series a theme, and to make this fun. I also think that it shouldn't be hard to implement, since if I provide my audio, we will just need to get the AI to animate it properly so that like the mouth movements match the audio. And so I will start working on avatars tomorrow. Ideally, I'll also finish the long to short conversion by this weekend. And so the next thing that comes to mind is improving my overall productivity and seeing, okay, what bits of my day can be optimized further, so that I can have more time to build AGI. So this is open to change, but I was just listing like what am I spending most of my time on, and so it seems like I spend around 10 hours honestly on sleep and eating and like general logistics like showering, like cleaning, etc. And I think that's rather baseline. I try to get 8 hours of sleep. I think that's healthy for me, and it does sustain my bodily functions and keeps me healthy, which I think is very important. I spend around 3 hours a day attending class. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I spend 4 hours. Maybe on Tuesdays, I spend less. So it's around 3 hours overall. And also for homework, I spend around 3 hours per day. Now, typically, I work around the deadline, so sometimes I may spend more than 3 hours, and sometimes I may spend less. I also spend around 2.5 hours a day spending time with God. So that includes my quiet time, where I just read the Bible and pray. It includes like church related activities and some ministry projects that I'm currently working on. And I think this is very integral. So I'm only thinking of spending actually more time in this direction as opposed to less. And I think this is stuff that is actually very meaningful. And I also think like general logistics and errands that I may have to run could take around 1 hour each day, and also just getting from point A to point B, from my home to school and back. A lot of it's done on foot, so that also takes time. Takes around 45 minutes or an hour just to like make a round trip. So I think that hour is sort of hard to reduce. Now, I do have a bike, and so biking could maybe reduce that time by a little bit, but I think generally the improvements will be marginal. I think I also have around currently an hour and a half of buffer time, which is just typically not planned. And so, if anything like sudden happens, I can use that time to address that. Or if like someone would like to chat, someone would like to receive help on something, I tend to allocate that time to that. So then that leaves me with 3 hours to build AGI every day, which I think is a good amount of time. Now, if I'm going to step up on this eventually, I may need more time, but I think currently 3 hours a day is not bad at all. And especially during weekends, maybe on Saturdays, say I could spend like maybe 5 or 6 hours. I could spend the whole morning. I could get up early and work on this, and I think that'll be very helpful. So yeah, that's in terms of productivity. Now, I do think that some of my next ideas would be to optimize my learning using AI tools, especially with like say Perplexity that has a lot of search features. I can use that to further expedite my learning, and so that I can spend generally less time in the classroom and more time focused on actually absorbing knowledge. And so I also have a few ideas for where to go from here, and also like what technologies to learn as next steps. I think the general theme for 2025 in terms of AI technologies and development is in post training. And so that really includes like reinforcement learning, and how to get the model better once you have a base model. And so there's actually so much space and so much compute that can go into there. You can increase, let's say, context windows. You can improve reasoning capabilities. You can distill large models into small models. So what I really want to learn right now, and that I think will be useful in terms of skill building and just like general ideas to turn into projects, is that I want to learn how to do knowledge distillation. So the general idea for knowledge distillation is that you have this large language model, say ChatGPT, And then you have like the small language model, which generally has like around maybe like say 2 to 7 billion tokens, which is still a lot, but a few order of magnitudes less than a large language model. So you have that, and then you basically do a lot of prompts with the large language model, and you want to extract information into the small language model. So another idea I have in mind has to do with RAG, or retrieval automatic generation. And so this typically connects a model to a knowledge base. And so it really gives that model some expertise in that knowledge area. And so I think there are just so many applications you can build with this, so many different areas that you can use RAG to work on. You can basically create an expert in a field for general purposes, for interacting with, like, say, a wide audience, and you can really present this data authentically as if you were an expert in the field with an AI model. And so I think that's very helpful. That can result in a lot of applications, and it'll be great for agents. And speaking in terms of agents, the next thing I am interested in learning is how to basically connect a workflow with an agent. Because basically what an agent does is it automates a workflow. So I want to see if there are any existing frameworks that help convert, let's say, some workflow directly into an agent, or that if there would be an easy way to build that. And really, if there is no currently existing thing that does that, I think it would be a great idea to build that. So yeah, that's my summary for today. Hope you've enjoyed it, and we will see you soon.